If you are a vocal coach, you normally meet your students face to face, and often you practice songs from YouTube or a media player on your computer. Now, if you want to offer remote singing lessons, you might wonder how it is possible to add music from those sources to your video call. There must be a way to ensure that both of you can hear each other's voices and the music loud and clear, right? Well, I've got good news for you. There is a way. With ESI and Direct Wire. Hi, I'm Rebecca with ESI, and today I will show you how to add music to your Zoom call. This is what you need to prepare your call. A microphone, headphones, an ESI interface, since only ESI devices are Direct Wire enabled. In this video, I'll use the U22XT, a professional 24-bit USB audio interface with 2 ins and 2 outs. You can find an overview of all our Direct Wire enabled audio interfaces in the video description below or on our website esi-audio.com. And you need your background track. That can be any piece of music, either composed by yourself or a well-known song you want to practice with your student. In this video, we show you how to add music using the VLC Media Player as an example. It works with other media players as well, or a source like YouTube, for instance. And you need a Windows computer with internet connection to start your conference call in Zoom. Before you start, prepare your setup by downloading the latest driver, connecting your interface to your computer, and connecting your microphone properly. There is a video on our YouTube channel that shows all these steps in detail. Now let's prepare the call. Open the control panel on your interface. Select the Windows audio settings under File. Now the sound dialog of the Windows control panel opens. Under Playback, you can select the default device now. In this dialog, you need to select the default playback device for the software that will play the music. Most standard media player apps will use the playback device selected here. Also, music that comes from your browser, like from YouTube, will be sent through the device selected here. If you have a 2-channel device, you would ideally use the virtual channel device 3-4. On a multi-channel interface, you can also use a physical channel. Click on the device to select it and then on Set Default. Before we start configuring Direct Wire, we head over to Zoom. To open a Zoom meeting, go to their homepage. At the top right, select Host a meeting and then With video on. A dialog window opens. Click on Open link. Before you open the meeting, it is important to adjust the sound settings. Proceed by clicking on Test Speaker and Microphone. The first thing to test is whether you can hear the sound from the system you are connected to. To ensure this, select the main playback device of the audio hardware as Speaker 1, usually the speaker device for channel 1-2. In our case, this is the entry speaker U22XT USB audio driver. You will now hear a ringtone. Confirm this with Yes. Then select your microphone. Select the input to which you have connected your microphone. Usually this is input channel 1-2, so in this case the selection is U22XT channel 1-2. Now speak and pause. Do you hear a replay of what you just said? If so, confirm with Yes. Open the meeting with your updated settings. Now you are ready to start chatting with your students and they could already hear you loud and clear. What is still missing is that both of you should be able to hear the backing track you've prepared. To set up that, you need to configure Direct Wire. Open the control panel and click on Direct Wire. A new window opens. Since the VLC player we use for playback uses the standard WDM-MME device from Windows and plays the signal via channel 3-4, and Zoom is using the WDM-MME input on channel 1-2, you need to connect WDM-MME out 3 to WDM-MME in 1 and WDM-MME out 4, 2, WDM-MME in 2. Of course, your microphone signal must still be sent to Zoom as well, so that the other person in the call can hear you. For that, you connect the physical input you use, in this example input 1 and 2, also to WDM-MME in 1 and 2. If you use ESI hardware with 2 channels like we do in this example and direct wire virtual channels, make sure to enable mix 3-4-2-1-2 so that you are able to listen to the music you are playing locally as well. On a multi-channel hardware, this setting is not needed. Now you can invite your students to your Zoom call by sending them the meeting link provided by Zoom. Your setup is done. As a use case of direct wire and Zoom, let's assume I'm a vocal coach and I just invited my student over to an online singing lesson. So here's how that looks like. Okay, before we start to practice the song, I'd say we do a little warm-up, shall we?
Sure.
Okay, so let's begin. Again. We are always interested in what you do with ESI devices. So if you like, comment below this video and tell us what you are currently working on. And in order to get more tips and tricks about recording, don't forget to subscribe. See you next time!